gonna be so fucking awkward. Hi. Oh, I already hate myself. Hi. I have no idea what I'm doing, to be honest. I know how to do makeup, kind of. So I'll try to do that and not be fucking awkward the whole time. So it's gonna be hard. Because I knew that I'm gonna be awkward, I've asked on Instagram and on some other platforms for some subjects or for people to ask me dumb question basically, so I would actually have something to talk about while I'm doing my makeup, which people from Instagram, my followers, my friends, my family, I hope, they've chosen. So yeah, kind of did that, I think. So I've chosen 4 different looks that I've did with different colors. One of them was pink, one of them was blue, one of them was green, and the other one was kind of rainbow-ish, but not really. It was like a lot of colors anyway. The most popular one was the blue one, which I'm gonna do. The funny thing is, I've asked on, I don't even know the name of that stupid app, but whatever. The thing is that I've asked for subjects or questions or whatever. It's like, give me something to talk about. Everyone was like, hey, hi, hello, hi, how are you? Hi, hi. And I was like, are you dumb? But okay, whatever, hello. So, yeah, I've got a lot of those. And, yeah, thanks, I guess. Usually I start with my eyebrows because I don't know how to do brows whatsoever, and they always end up not looking anywhere near sisters. They're not even friends at this point. My brows in general are not even friends at this point. Like whatever, they barely tolerate each other. So I'll try my best and make them even. I'm gonna prime my face with this dude right here. Is elf poreless putty primer, which is the best thing ever, believe me. It's, I don't know, if you have like a lot of pores in your face, which I think you do because we're only human, you're gonna love this thing because it's just, oh, it's filling everything up and it's gonna smooth everything and everything is gonna look flawless. And yeah, basically your face is gonna look like Jeffree Star's face. And everyone wants a Jeffree Star's face, to be honest. Now that I'm nice and primed, I am going to start doing my eyebrows. Okay, I usually use this thing from Mark. Avon, yes, Avon still exists and still doing a lot of cool stuff, to be honest. It's like, if you want good and cheap makeup, Avon is the go-to, to be honest. Like, I think almost all my makeup are either from Makeup Revolution or Avon. What's the point of having a 150 pound foundation if you can have this thing for like, I don't know, 15, maybe even less if you're lucky and it sales, which I was. Start doing my eyebrows from the front to the tail because that's just how I do it. I don't have an explanation why. I don't know what I'm doing. Once I have like a line drawn, basically, I'm gonna get the other part, the spoolie, and I'm gonna drag them down, and I'm gonna put a line on top. Yeah, something like that. I totally hate the shape, but I'll deal with that later. Okay, now that my eyebrows are looking like complete shit, I am going to take some concealer. I don't even know where it's from. L'Oreal. I don't even know where I got my makeup from. Like, honestly, I don't remember buying this. But whatever. And I am going to take some product from the back of my hand and try and clean up this mess, like the whole face. After I shaved brows to be somewhat good, it's not good at all, but whatever. We're gonna do it. They look so dark on the camera though. They're not that dark. I promise. They're not that dark. I promise. Okay, they're not that dark. I'm going to take this little thing is from Essence, and it's an eyebrow gel mascara, and I'm gonna set them in place. And I've used this for like I think 2 years now, and it's just the best, honestly. Like, your brows are gonna stay in place all day, every day. It doesn't matter what you're doing, they're gonna stay there. Okay, now that they are set, I am going to take some more concealer from the back of my hand and put it on my eyelids, because I'm going to do the eye makeup next, because I am not a spawn of Satan to do my face and then my eye makeup, because I'm sure that I'm gonna fuck it up, and I don't wanna waste a lot of product basically, or time, to redo my whole face, because I messed up a little bit on the eye portion. I think I'm gonna do one eye and then the other one I'll do it off camera to save some time. But yeah, the question that I've been asked the most is how's my quarantine going? And I don't really know how to answer that, because I'm not really in quarantine. In what I mean by that is I'm still going to work. I still work. I'm not locked in the house. I still have things to do, to be honest. I think it's cool, because I will completely lose my mind otherwise. And so yeah, I'm okay. Let's put it that way. From this palette from Birds of Paradise, I will grab this shade named Adventure, and I will put it on the center of my eyelid, just like so. And I will continue talking because it's gonna be boring. Another question that I got is my favorite movie and why. This is a good question, to be honest. Like, everyone has their favorite movies, but you don't really have a reason why, you just like it. So if anyone would ask me like my favorite movie, I would say maybe After, but not really. uh like, my all-time favorite movie is 10 Things I Hate About You. Like, top tier. That movie is just everything that I ever want in a relationship, to be honest, minus the bad and the fact that, you know, he basically tricked her into being with him, but whatever, minus that part, is everything that I want from a relationship. And yeah, with After, again, it's one of the first books that I've ever read on Wattpad in like 2014 or something like that. Like, I was 14 at the time, so me reading something like that is just, how could I? What was I thinking? But yeah, I was just, it is what it is now. Recently I've watched 356 Days, which is, boy. If you haven't watched that movie yet, what are you doing with your life, honestly? And after I did this thing, I am going into this palette and I am grabbing the shade H2O, which is this one right here, and I am going to blend this part, the upper part, to blend it more, because it looks a little harsh, girl, and I don't really want that. Another question that I've got is what kind of music I like, which is a good question, because I literally don't know. My music taste is all over the place. If you listen to one of my playlists, you will feel sad, happy, horny, excited, everything in just like 30 minutes, let's say. I think it's new for everyone that knows me, and that I'm a big fan of One Direction, and I will forever be, because they are honestly the best, and no other band is gonna be like them, ever, ever, ever. Fight me on this. Uh, yeah, honestly, I like them individually as well. Harry Styles, honestly, is my bae. Like, my bae. Like, my bae. So, yeah, Harry Styles is my bae. One of my favorite songs at the moment is actually Watch Me Burn by, fuck, I always forgot his name. Tickler is the actor from 356 Days, um, the movie that I was talking about. Uh, and he's singing maybe half of the songs in the movie, which I think is just great, honestly. You have to listen to it to understand what I'm saying. It's just, it's, if you like 50 Shades of Grey, you will love this movie because it's basically a knockoff of 50 Shades of Grey, but better. So, in my opinion, don't drag me in the comments. Okay, now that part is somewhat blended, I am going to get a fluffy brush. This is actually very cute, and all my brushes are so cheap at the point that they are disintegrated in the jar that I keep them in. Uh, yeah, they're very cheap. I don't care about expensive makeup. I'm all about affordable and looking cute makeup. Going with this shade right here, which is Freeze, and I am going to blend that darker blue even more. Another kind of question that I've got is if internet friends are real friends, and yeah, they are very much so. I remember my mom telling me not to talk with strangers online, but I think it was the best idea that I've ever had. Put the blue on. I am going back to this palette to get the white shade. And with this one, I'm going on the edges and buff them even more because I've seen a lot of people doing it, and I've done it in the past, and just, it's giving a pop, like it's making the makeup pop, like in your face pop. Like, why wouldn't you want that? Like, if you're going for a blue smoky something makeup, I don't know what I'm doing, why would you not put a white there? Like, it's gonna make everything pop, it's gonna make everything look blended. Now that this eye is almost finished, I am going to do the other eye of camera. Okay, now that both eyes are looking way better than before, I am taking my beauty sponge, which I think it was like maybe £2 on AliExpress or something like that. So nothing that I own is expensive. So yeah, this is a new foundation that I just opened, and because I know that it might be too dark for me right now because I've been inside my whole life, and still is in shade 100 Ivory is the lightest shade. This is the lightest shade. Girl, you might want to rethink your shade range because that's not it, sis. So I had some concealer on my hand from before when I did my eyebrows and I primed my lids, and I'm going to mix it with that, and hopefully, ooh, this is yellow. Yeah, we'll start doing this. I got dark circles for some reason, maybe because I'm sleeping too much, to be honest. I was about to say maybe because I'm not sleeping, but like I'm sleeping way too much. So yeah. I am going to get my translucent powder. is from Revolution again because it's cheap and it's good. So I'm going to put a bunch of powder in the cap and take loads on my beauty sponge and put a bunch underneath my eye. I am going to put powder all over my face, but I wanted to put a lot more underneath my eyes because I get creases all over the time. So I am going to put some more powder on my forehead because I get creases right there every time. Taking a fluffy brush from Elf, I am going to put a bunch of powder all over my face, setting everything in place. Okay, now that all the powder is gone, I am going to take my contour palette, which is from BH Studio. I think I got it from TK Maxx for like maybe £3. So yeah, she is used. She's abused. I am mostly going to take this shade here and this shade here and combine them together for my contour. Look how cute my nose is. Like from there, no, from there, yes. Like, why can I not contour my nose to look cute from this side as well? Like, I cannot understand. Boy. Now I'm going to take some more powder and a flat brush and just bake basically. I don't like baking with a sponge because I feel like I don't have any precision at all when I'm applying the powder, and with a brush like this I have the precision that I need basically. I think that's the powder that I need. Now I'm going to take this bronzer and with a fluffy brush I am going to take a bunch and apply. Now I'm going to continue with the eye. Take the same brush that I had before and some more of the purple, and I am going to smoke my lash line. Going to bring it all the way in because I have some more plans. Oh, see, this is exactly what I was talking about. The fallout. Why? Have that in place, I'm going to get some more of that blue shade that I had before. Now that I've smoked it out with some blue, I am going to take some more white and I'm going to outline the edge of the makeup look for a pop of color. Now that this is looking okay-ish, I'm going to get the powder off my face to see how it's actually looking, and I will do some retouching if I have to. Now that I'm back, everything is looking way better without that powder on my face, and I am going to put my eyelashes on. This is the step where everything can go wrong because my eyes are getting very watery, which I hate because it's ruining everything basically. And I still don't know what blush to put on, so let me figure that out. Okay, lashes. That was rude, honestly. Lashes are applied as good as I could because my eyes are started to water. My face is looking flat, so I need some highlighter. The ones that I have is literally broken because it's so old, like, girl. It's still Makeup Revolution. I think it's almost like £3 or something like that. It's in the shade Lunar. It's a purpley highlighter, which is so cool. I have one with a green undertone, I think. Yeah, I think I want to do a mix of those two. This is from NYX. It's a bit jelly. It's a highlighter, and it's just the coolest thing ever, to be honest. Like, look at that. Look at that. The shade is beautiful, like absolutely beautiful. And the best way to apply it is with your finger. I have very long nails, and it was a problem for me to reach into the pan and get something out. But now that the salons are closed and I cannot get my nails done anymore, rude, and I cannot get nails done anymore, it's fairly easy for me to do it. So I'll just take a bit on my finger and I will just top it on here where highlight is normally going. Like, look at that, look how blinding that is. And it's just like, just a bit, like you don't need a lot of this thing. I think this is the most expensive item that I have in my makeup collection. It was like £11 or something like that. A bit on the tip of my nose and a bit here because it's gonna make my nose look so skinny that I will barely be able to breathe. A bit on the upper lip underneath my nose, a bit on my chin. This is, oh, by the way, the cap. Like, I'm not even in the pan, I'm on the cap. I have a bit on the cap and I'm using that. I am going to put a bit in the inner corner of my eyes, my brow bone, but I'm going to top it off. I think it's gonna be too much. I'll try a bit. This brush, which I think it's still from Avon, so yeah, not expensive at all. So I'm going to say like just a bit, and I'm not even gonna swipe it. Come on. Ooh, that's blinding. Okay, that was too much. If you're putting too much, just take a puffer. I don't even know what this is. It's just like a puffy thing. Get some translucent powder and put it on. And I should mattify it a bit. See, that looks way better already. So a bit here. Now that my lips are lined, I am going to take, I have my combo for lips, which is made up of those two babies here. This shade is called Dare to be Bare, and it's latte. And usually I put Dare to be Bare on the outside and then Whip Latte on the inside, and I'm blend them together. I'm going to show you how I do it. So I take this one. It's kind of old. It's still Mark. It's still Avon. I'm still using cheap products, and I'm going to just go on the outside. And just like that. I'm not gonna rub my lips yet. I am going to take a wheat latte and I'm going to put a little bit in the inside, just like that, and on the upper lip, rude, and on the upper lip as well. I'm going to top my lips with my fingers to blend them even more. After that, I'm going to take my setting spray, which is this one from NYX. It's a setting spray, long lasting, and it's supposed to mattify things. So this is the makeup, all complete. I hope I did good. Fuck, I don't know how to end videos. Um, anyway, bye, I guess. No. If you want to see more makeup looks, you can find me on Instagram at Anna and Vlad. I am going to put a link on the description down below. I'm very awkward, fuck. Um, so yeah, thanks for watching, I guess. Bye.